I live or die. So I might as well be in the selection of my life. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the jaw, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. So much for the golden future, I can't even start. I've had every promise spoken that was in my heart. You don't know what it's like, you don't have the clue. If you did, you find yourself doing the same thing too. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the jaw, breaking the jaw, breaking the law, breaking the law. You don't know what it's like.
It's Sunday, folks. You know what that means. It's time for another exciting, exhilarating, motherfucking episode of Gravel Road Therapy with Dogbite Harris. And I'll be your host today. Well, shit, man. I'm Dogbite Harris. What's up, you fucking fuckers? Been a while. Been a few weeks since I've done a Gravel Road Therapy. I hope all you guys enjoyed the little tour compilations that I put together from when I was on tour. Tried to hold you guys over. Wasn't the best editing, but still a lot of good shit in those those videos, man. I just want to start by saying talking about what a great time I had on tour. It was amazing, unbelievable, and just fucking one of the best tours I could ask for, man. And I'm just gonna start off by thanking all my tour mates, Kevin Pfefferly, TJ, DeMott, Frey McGregor, Misha Cayenne for the first part, Stone Evergreen Travelers. Fucking couldn't ask for better tour mates. And then last week of tour we had James Honeycutt with us as well. And who doesn't love James? If you don't love James, you don't have a heart. You know how to love if you don't love James, if you know James. But anyways, yeah, man, it was absolutely amazing. Our sets were on fire. Didn't have a bad show. Not one bad show. One day off in 2 weeks. Just great, man. Let's see. A few topics here. Let me try to figure out. Yeah, let's start with this. It's not really that good. Yeah, we started out on April 26th in Yakima, Brews and Q's, with the Cacophonics. That was a good show. Cacophonics are a fucking mindfuck. If you've never heard those guys, great band. Then we did a few day run with Tales from Ghost Town. Old Nick from Tales from Ghost Town was great. We started in God, it was like a 13-hour long drive to Stanford, Montana. We played the Waterhold Saloon with our buddy Tim Butterfield, and Nick was there, of course. Tales from Ghost Town, I just mentioned that. But it was like a 13-hour drive. We drove all night to get there. That was how we kicked our tour off. With an all-night drive. But we get into Montana. And when we get to Stanford, Tim informs us that there's a fucking blizzard on the way. And that it would probably be wise for us to take off that night. And after a fucking all-night drive, we're tired as fuck. Fucking feel like shit. All of us kind of wanted to shower and sleep and take our time getting to the next show, but that was not the case. we had to race a blizzard out of Stanford, and we're lucky we did because that blizzard hit, and people were snowed in. We would have been snowed in for a couple days, wouldn't have been able to get out. But so after a great show at Stanford, the whole damn town was there. It was like playing Hepner. After playing there, we took off. We went and stayed at Nick's house from Tales from Ghost Town. He lives just outside Bozeman. I can't remember the name of the little town he lives in off the top of my head. But he lives about an hour outside Bozeman, which is where we were playing the next night at the legendary fill-in station. So we got there, 2-hour drive or so. Fuck, it was like the longest 2.5, 3-hour drive. We're so tired. And we got there. And luckily we got to stay there for a couple days. It's a great time. He kept cooking us wild turkey that he'd killed. Had a beaver in his fridge, dead beaver in his fridge. The last thing he said to us the first night we stayed there was like, you guys, so like, you guys are like welcome to anything you want, but just like a heads up, I've got a beaver in my fridge. So anybody who knows Nick knows that that's probably not an uncommon occurrence. He's a pretty random guy, one of my favorite people. Very under fucking rated musician as well. I think he's one of the best fucking songwriters of our little clique here. Got a lot of folks throwing the word folk around these days, like it's I don't know, whatever. Fucking, I don't know. I get tired of hearing it. Just like, I don't know, people take these words, put fucking saddles on them, and then just try to ride them to fucking glory, man. It gets old. Outlaw roots and now folk, you know. Everybody's outlaw for a while, everybody's roots for a while, and now everybody's folk. But I mean, Nick is like, I mean, a legit folk singer, man. He's badass. But anyways, yeah, so we played the fill-in station. It was a great fucking time, minus my great Pizza Hut fucking incident of 2019. So I thought I'd be nice and order everybody fucking pizza, because we hadn't eaten anything that wasn't gas station food in like 2 days. So actually, no, Tim fed us, but it'd been a while since we'd had anything that wasn't fucking gas station food. But so I decided to order us a pizza, and then when the pizza got there were 2 tiny ass like personal pizzas, and I got pissed and proceeded to kind of blame the Pizza Hut app. And then I realized that I'm a fucking moron and it totally was my fault. But anyways, I was nice to the pizza guy anyways. Never the pizza guy's fault. I'm always nice to the delivery guys. So, but anyways, yeah, I was a dick kind of to, well, I wasn't like a dick to him, but I was a dick about the situation. But he got tipped well, and I was nice to him. But anyways, long story even longer. So the next night we played it at this really fucking cool bar in Warden, Montana. Warden's kind of by Billings, and Billings is cool, man. I've always loved that area. But anyways, we played in Warden, and this bar we played at was fucking cool. My buddy Ryan Pettyjohn from Hebner came out. It was cool to see him. And then on top of that, he told me, like, I wasn't sure if this bar was still open. And I was like, why? And he said, like, well, a couple years ago, the owner of this bar killed his girlfriend in the alley out back and put her in his toolbox of his pickup. And so yeah, that was pretty fucking crazy. I looked it up too. I Googled it. And apparently the old owner of the bar was dating. He was like 50, dating this 23-year-old chick. And she was trying to leave him, I guess. And he didn't like that much. And they had an altercation out back. He pulled out his gun and shot her in the fucking head. Put her in the toolbox of his pickup. Drove around with her for like 3 days before anybody noticed that he had her. Well, anyways, somebody called it in, apparently, because they saw blood dripping out from underneath his truck. So they called it in. That's suspicious. Well, the cops pulled him over, and he drew on the cops. The cops fucking shot him a bunch, but he still managed to, like, not get any kill shots. They took him to the hospital, and he ended up dying, but only because he refused help. So apparently he knew he was going to do a fucking life sentence in fucking prison. But anyways, yeah, that was what happened there. After that, we went back and hung out at that's another, actually, Bar T was another place that reminded me a lot of Bucknam's too. Played a lot of cool little bars, man. That's where it's at. And then next night we had a night off, but we stayed at Chuck's house from used to be one half of Farmageddon Records, based out of West Yellowstone, Montana. Montana music legend. Great dude, man. We had a lot of fun. I stayed at his house, and we stayed up all night telling old Farmageddon and Owen May's stories and just bullshitting about the good old days. It was nice. The next day, at some point in time, I think it was the night after Bozeman at the filling station, old Pappy Feff hit a fucking pothole and fucking fucked up our shit. So, like, our fucking speedometer wasn't working right. Our heater wasn't working right. And then a bunch of the gauges, or the light, dash lights were on. So we took it in. We found out that, like, I think it was like a part of the computer box or something like that. It fucking shaken loose and that. So we had to get that fixed. Luckily, we got that fixed in Billings before we took off. And luckily we had a day off too. So, but yeah, we went and ate at this place. I got the shits. I tore this bathroom up at this mechanic shop. Walked around Billings. Pappy Feff got a fucking pair of long johns because he only brought shorts on tour. Because apparently he thought since it was going to be May, it would be warm enough for shorts. But no, it was not. So we went and found Pappy Feff a pair of long johns, and then went and ate lunch, and then I fucking had to fucking take a fat shit. And I felt bad because, oh, fuck, I tore that place up. But anyways, yeah, the mechanic was super nice. Helped us out. Got us on the road. Then we got on the road around 4 or 5, I think. And we took off. We're heading to South Dakota. Went through the Battle of Little Bighorn, a bunch of Indian reservations. It was cool. But we drove all night to get to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And this was a place we'd never played before. And my luck with booking places and states and towns and venues that I've never played before is not real good. But guys from the Tejon Street Corner Thieves hooked us up in South Dakota. And we decided to fucking go for it, man. And it was awesome. It was a little place called the Bonus Round. It was a fucking a little barcade there. People were super stoked to have music. Sold some merch, man. It was good. And then we went to this little restaurant afterwards. I felt kind of like I was in the 80s or 90s. Like, it's just like South Dakota's vibe. It's like 10 years off, which is cool for me, because I love the 90s. But some of their laws I don't think are all that great, you know. But still got to hide your marijuana there, or else you get in trouble. But yeah, man, South Dakota's great. The next night, same deal. Newmarket, Minnesota at the Double Wide. Never played there before. Great fucking people, man. And then the next night we hooked up with, this is one of my favorite shows of the tour. We ended up hooking up with Whiskey Dick in Merle, Wisconsin at Bill's Bar. Bill's Bar was fucking awesome. He hooked us up with great food. It's a good time, man. The crowd was fucking popping. Sold some merch, had some fun. Went and stayed at, oh my God, I'm such a fucking dick. Why am I drawing a blank? But we, yeah. So we went to, I got like cheese curds. Dude, and that's another, so now we're in Wisconsin too, man. And now we're in like Owen May's land. And this is a bar that Owen played a lot. And honestly, I didn't even know. Fritz and Johnson from Whiskey Dick cooked this up. And everybody knew who I was when I showed up because of Owen. It was fucking great. Felt like being at home, man. And I got some flasks made, and it was fucking pretty cool. Tim Motes made the flasks. We stayed at his house that night, and I had to wake him up. I felt bad. I went into his house. I thought he was gonna fucking kill me, but anyways, next day we went to Owen's grave, and that was like that was a bit like tough for me, man. I was telling somebody this at Moonrunners, Rachel Brooke, and I think is who I was telling this to, and it's really odd because, you know, a lot of years have actually went by since Owen passed away, and the closer we got to Wisconsin, the more I started thinking about him. The more he was weighing pretty heavy on my mind. I would say it really started hitting on the drive between Billings, Montana, and Sioux Falls. That's when it kind of started hitting. I got super strong around Minnesota, and then by Bill's, it was like weird. Bill was telling us so many stories about him, and there's a lot of love for him in that bar. But I started thinking and started realizing that so much time had went on and I forgot what he sounded like. Not so much like his music, which is, I mean, I don't really like to listen to his music all that much. It's hard for me to listen to it. And the music is somewhat burned into my head from playing with him so much anyways. And you would think with as much as I've been around him, his voice would be too, but just his normal talking voice, I kind of like realized that I forgot how he sounded. And the reason I realized that I forgot how he sounded was because the closer we got to Cambria, the more like I felt like I could hear his voice in my head. And it's not like it was like he was talking to me or anything, but like old conversations that we'd had in the van that made me laugh or whatever were coming back into my head. And I could hear his like thick ass Wisconsin accent and his deep, like kind of how he mumbled sometimes too when he was really tired or, you know, just talking, you know. He's very animated a lot of the times, but when it's just you and him, you know, and he's talking all calm, and but that was like It was weird. The whole thing was weird. Then we're a mile away from the turnoff to Cambria, which is where he's buried, and we blew a fucking tire on the trailer. And then we fucking change the tire. We get up there and we go see him. And, you know, I thought, like, at that point, like, I thought it was going to be, like, a good feeling thing, kind of, you know. I thought I'd just kind of, like, talk about some good memories and whatever and just say what's up. But, I mean, I cried a lot. And a lot of emotion took over, man, when I got there, and you're standing over what's left of him, really, you know. And it's just hard to explain, really. It was good for me to do that, I think, though. This whole tour was good for me. To be honest, I didn't really want to leave when I did, but it was the best thing. I feel cleansed. I feel good. I feel refreshed. I feel like I can take on the fucking world. I wanted to kind of pack up music before I left, and this kind of rejuvenated me in a million ways. And, you know, I think going to visit Owen, one thing that I took from that is that I'm kind of done rolling over and taking people's shit. Kind of like just in the mode where, like, if I want something, I'm going to work hard for it and I'm going to fucking get it, you know? And there's a lot of things that I've worked hard for and I didn't quite get. And I just kind of was like, well, fuck it, you know? But, like, I'm going to finish what I start from now on. And I'm done with dealing with shit. I'm done with a lot of things, man. And I'm not going to go too far into it right this second, but in the next segment, I'll probably go into it a little bit more. Right now, I just kind of want to keep going through the list of shit that happened on tour. So, but anyways, that night we played at a little biker bar in Afton, Wisconsin. It's called The Table. It was pretty cool. The next day, we fucking broke a tie rod on the way to Moonrunners. Trying to think of how the timing worked. We were supposed to be there at 1, and we took off at 9. We dropped the tie rod at about fucking 10. We're about 2 hours away from the show. So, we were right on time to get there until we broke the tie rod. Now, on time to get there means that they wanted us to load in 2 hours before we played and get ready. So, we were right on time to be there when we were supposed to be. But our set times were 3:30 and 4. Done at 4:30, I think, is how it worked. Well, so we're 2 hours away. And we all kind of looked around at each other. And I think all of our initial thoughts were, we're fucked. We're done. The whole reason we booked the show, or the tour, was to go to fucking Moonrunners. And we weren't going to make it. But very quickly, though, I think all of our attitudes went from being, we're fucked, to, we're going to fucking do this. Through hell or high water. And we did. I got the easy job. I communicated with Josh. He was trying to get in correspondence with Whiskey Dick to see if they could take any of us. Was trying to come up with plans. But Kevin got on the phone to AAA. TJ tried to start finding things to rent that could carry our trailer to Chicago. The only thing she could find was a U-Haul box truck. So that's what we got. And then TJ and Frey walked about a half mile up the road to a fucking restaurant that was on the side of the road. Called a cab. Took a cab to the U-Haul place. The U-Haul place kind of dicked them around. Then they drove the U-Haul back. And by the time they got back, we'd been waiting for the tow truck for quite a while. And we were fucking... unsure of what the fuck was going on because he was supposed to be there. Well, Kevin had called them, and the tow truck driver got pulled off for an emergency. So he wasn't supposed to show up, and they wanted somebody to stay with the van to give the fucking keys to the van, or the tow truck driver. So Kevin was trying to get a hold of the tow truck driver to ask him if he would take the van without somebody being present. He couldn't get a hold of him, couldn't get a hold of him. So, at this point we came far enough to where Kevin was like, fuck it, we're just going. So, we hopped in, put the trailer on, took off, not knowing what was going to happen to our van, hoping that the tow truck driver would pick it up, hoping that if he didn't, it would still be there and the police wouldn't fucking, have it towed. And so we called, there's a car. Of course, right, when I'm talking. But anyways. So we are, so anyways, me and TJ end up riding in the back of the box truck. It wasn't actually as hot as I thought it was going to be, but it's hot as piss by the time we got to Chicago. So we go, and we're taking off, and by the time we take off, it is 1:50, which means that we're set to show up in Chicago at 3:50. My set was supposed to start at 3:30. We do. We get to Chicago at fucking 3:50. Joshy has people outside ready to load our equipment. We leave the fucking U-Haul in the middle of the road, unload all our shit, get it up on stage. We both fucking played the best 15-minute sets of our lives. It's fucking awesome. It was one of the best fucking experiences I ever had in my life, man. We were tired, we were gross, and didn't matter. We made it work. So, first person I saw when I got off stage was Brooke Blanche. He had a bottle of water waiting for me. I could barely talk when I got on stage. I still managed to hold my voice. And he had a bottle of water waiting for me, gave me a big hug, and was like, "You look like you need this, man." So I told him, I said, I could fucking open mouth kiss you right now, Brooke. But it was great, man. So yeah. And then just hanging out with Rachel Brooke a lot, and her husband Brooks. The plural version of Brooke. But it's a funny story. Ask James Honeycutt about it. Hung out with the Whiskey Dick and James Honeycutt. And ate a bunch of fucking chicken wings that were fucking amazing there. And trying to think. But yeah, we ended up getting up there, and oh yeah, when we got off stage, the tow truck driver called. He took the van. He took it to this shop in Wisconsin, and Kevin and Tanya stayed in the van that night. We got a motel for the rest of us, and we fucking got showers and everything was great. And Joshy helped us out so much and sold a bunch of merch to the point where the breakdown barely cost us anything. And it was great, man. Moonrunners is awesome. The next night we were in Bradley, Illinois at the Looney Bin with Honeycutt and Whiskey Dick. And that was a dirtbag clothing fucking venue, which the Stone Evergreen Travelers now Stone Evergreen Travelers are now endorsed by them, and I'm pretty sure that I am too as well now. I haven't got my second email, but I got my first, so I think that I'm a dirtbag fucking endorsed artist myself. The next day we drove all night to Kearney, Nebraska. The next day, that was great seeing Vic. We've decided on the way there that our next year's music festival that we will go to will be Pawnstock, and we are confirmed to play that in 2020. So hopefully, I know it's far off, so I don't want to fucking say too much more, but Vic said that we can play, so hopefully we'll be in McCook, Nebraska in 2020 to play Pawnstock. Then the next night we had another, well, it wasn't too long. Denver, Colorado, man. That was a great one too at Three Kings. We didn't expect a lot out of that. Played with a great band called the Bourbon Brawlers. Great fucking guys. I got fucking sick though there. I had a little thing called elevation sickness. I never got it before, man. And I pulled the shift driving that night. We drove from Denver for a few hours. Then Frey drove for a while, but after I drove, I got fucking sick. I'm still sick from it, but pretty sure it was elevation sickness. I thought I was gonna fucking die. I almost passed out in the bathroom, fucking pissed all over myself. I don't really want to fucking tell a lot of people that, but I pissed all over myself. So after Denver, we were heading to Salt Lake. So by the time we get closer to Salt Lake, I start feeling a little better. And Krista hooked us up in Salt Lake City, and I got a fucking shower, which I needed bad. So I showered. And that felt fucking awesome. And Salt Lake City was great. We saw Braxton from fucking Ugly Valley Boys. I saw a lot of people. The venue was so great. Next day we went to the Heavy Metal Shop, which was fucking awesome, man. We hung out with that guy for a while. Fucking, it was good. We gave him some merch. There's some merch in the Heavy Metal Shop from us now. And next time we go there, we're going to play an in-store thing too. So it was a lot of fun. The next night, we were supposed to be in Nampa, Idaho, but that got fucking goddamn canceled. And our good friends, the Hoffers, came through, man. They fucking booked a last minute show. And we went and fucking played Idaho Falls instead, which I'm glad we did because fucking love those guys, man. And it's good to see them. And then the problem with that, though, is we had another all-night drive to Lewiston, Idaho. And played the third wheel in Lewiston, Idaho, and with a band called Faith and Fable, with Kevin's friend from Stone Evergreen Travelers, Chris Duggar, who played in Faith and Fable, which is a great band. Fucking great people. Great town. Man, that's a really cool fucking town. Lewiston is. And the venue we played at was the third wheel. It was fucking awesome. The sound was great. It was a hell of a night to end the tour, man. And my good buddy Jody came up and hooked me up, brought my van up. We drove back, hit up fucking McDonald's on the fucking way home, man. And hit up Jack in the Box too. But such a good fucking night. I was beat, man. I got home about 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the fucking morning on Sunday on Mother's Day. And me and the old lady went to Walmart and got a bunch of plants and shit that she'd like. And went to Hermiston and bought her some stuff for Mother's Day. And it was good, man. It was a breath of fresh air, dude. Fucking love that fucking tour. It was one of the greatest things ever. And I mean, the one thing that I have I'm just like ready to fucking keep doing it, you know. I love it, and I was reminded why I love it, and so with saying that, I'm gonna be hitting the studio in November, probably right before Thanksgiving. In between Halloween and Thanksgiving, I'll be hitting the studio up in Seattle. And I don't know, I don't know how many tracks the album's gonna have, but probably not as many. It'd probably just be a small EP, 4 songs or so. Let's get something out there, probably a cover or two, a couple originals. I mean, I don't know, we'll see, because I feel like writing too, and I just haven't had the time. Tomorrow I'm gonna fucking sit down, I'm gonna play my guitar all day while my old lady's at work, and that's what I'm gonna do. But anyways, man. So I'm just gonna put together a few more pieces from the tour, and then I'm gonna come send you off. And we don't have a Joking with Justin this week, so I'll just put together some snippets that I still have left over from the tour. I started out with something live. I don't know. I've got some live footage too that I haven't fucking. I just got a bunch of live footage. I'm not sure what song I picked, but I picked something. So it's gonna be a long one, folks. It's a recap. So, anyways. Fucking May in Wyoming. In Wyoming. I think even at this point, the fucking residents here have to be fucking pissed. You know?
Right? Yeah, I know we're in Wyoming, but it's fucking May.
Yeah, no shit. You know, the driving conditions should at least be good in fucking May. Ah, fuck, we got another one of these bridges, dude.
It's coast to cross. The last time I had to hit the gas on it.
Ugh. Fucking gross. This is the worst, too, man. Slushy ass bullshit.
Freezing rain.
Yep. That's why Wyoming's my least favorite state.
Thanks to JC, at least we had an extra fucking wiper blade.
Yeah.
Another one's done. If I would take it off, it just crumbled.
Really?
Plastic on it.
Yeah, it was fun driving with that.
We need to do that one too. I think there's another one in the back somewhere, but I didn't feel like digging for it.
This guy's smart.
He's nicer when he's passing me. The other fucking trucks just right up next to me, pushing me over. I feel the whole fucking truck slide.
It's like high A. It's like the intro of the song is like this ridiculous vocalist way. Like, watch this.
Like he could just mic drop it that way.
Oh, dude, yeah. The song is, it's like 10 seconds into it, and you're just like, fuck off, really? Yeah.
How's it sound again?
Oh shit, you're getting that. But see, I'm not
I didn't nail it.
Dude.
I didn't get the
like
note.
Dude.
I didn't get the note at all.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't get it all. I'm 20 seconds.
Give it
27
give it
seconds.
3 times.
You do the first one, do the second one, you can just do this because you can't do it.
Well, if I do it really loud, I might be able to.
You warm up
Are you okay with that? It'll be fucking
Fuck
loud.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, hit it.
I'm gonna try. Nope, shit, that was terrible. That was really bad.
Good try.
If I had some tea, I could do it.
How about a little bit of Coke?
No.
No.
I was eating ice cream, dude. That's my
The
disclaimer.
cocaine to numb the
No, not
throat.
my drink. I need some Coke.
No.
Yep. okay if Lindsay hit those motherfucking opera
That was
notes.
embarrassing.
I like last night.
Dude,
too.
we're in a
Everything
car.
talking about
Like,
weed.
we're in a van. None of us are in the best like condition to be trying to hit high notes.
Unless you're high. I like the reaction.
I couldn't
last
get
night
that
of
high.
Kevin with the every notes. There's weed
High.
here. They're like, no. Everybody in the crowd's like, absolutely not. Kevin's like, oh, but I don't have any drugs.
Yeah. Because I'm anti-drug too.
Like, when Misha goes up, you're not a cop, right?
How about Mormonism? Hey!
I'll give you 10% of tonight if you don't arrest me. Tithing.
Yep, here's $5.
So here's a little song called Tragic Love Song.
Rain has begun to fall. Last spring yellow day. It's never supposed to be a tragedy. I don't wanna say it. From the evil that is they say that about you when you play the shallow and cold. Light in your blood. Live as supposed we met so long ago. I'm the one that loved supposed to do that all true. Now you're gone and the feelings say, hey, it's the hard part. Rain has begun to fall. Last
you fucking fuckers, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to try to keep this brief because I already did a half-hour long rant at the beginning of everything. So, you know, the one, let's see, what do we got? So, let's start with a little bit of news here. Fucking Alabama's posted that, or basically is outlawing abortion. From what I understand, it can be punished by the death penalty as well. This has led to many of heated arguments with me online. So, first off, I just don't even know what to say, man. This is fucking insanely fucking surreal to me that we've taken this gigantic step back in evolution, pretty much. I can't understand why anybody thinks they have the right to tell a woman whether or not they should be able to have an abortion or not, especially when it comes to the classification of rape, classification of whether or not the mother could suffer health issues and possible death in the process. And same with the child, birth defect risks and other things, you know. If a mother's smoking meth and doesn't know she's pregnant for 2 months, it's probably best to fucking abort that child. I would hate to see what the world would be like if every child that was conceived was born. We have some fucked up shit out there, I think, and we gotta stop and, personally, I think we gotta stop and think about the quality of life that the child's gonna have, and the quality of life that the parents are gonna have, and we got fucking million motherfuckers out there right now bitching because they fucking tax dollars pay welfare and fucking pay for kids to eat food. And oh, stupid people shouldn't breed, but, you know, they don't want stupid people or fucking, I shouldn't even say stupid people, you know, but can you imagine the burden if there was no abortion? I don't think abortion should be a form of birth control. That's my own personal belief. There's better ways and healthier ways to avoid pregnancy. But shit happens. And sometimes birth control isn't a surefire way to avoid pregnancy as well. So I guess what I'm getting at is, if it's got something, fuck, I don't know. I'm honestly too, I'm just, half these motherfuckers also that think that abortion should be a crime that's punished by death penalties, which even rape isn't even a death penalty sentence itself, which is fucking sick. So if you get raped and you get pregnant, aborting the baby, you'll be more of a criminal than the person that fucking raped you. How fucked up is that? But even, I don't know. Even though those are my beliefs, it's still not my right to tell anybody they can't have an abortion. And like I was, all right, so now we'll hit the rewind button. Sorry, I'm kind of tired today. So what I was going to say, half the motherfuckers preaching about how they want these abortions to be fucking illegal and to be punished by death penalty are also the same people that don't want their gun rights taken away. They're always bitching about people taking their rights away. But at the end of the day, they're trying to do the same fucking thing. It's a fucking double fucking sided fucking sword, man. Bunch of hypocrites. I'm kind of fucking tired of people who believe in a fucking book that was written fucking thousands and thousands of years ago and been rewritten thousands and thousands of times. Tell me how to live my fucking life. It's not fucking it's not rocket science to be a good person or even an okay person. You know, we're all faced with challenges, and none of us are going to make the right choices all the time. It doesn't matter how good you are, you know. And personally, I'm sick of these fucking Christians that fucking picket Planned Parenthood and tell people that are gay that they don't have the right to fucking be married. These people are fucking crazy, and they're irrational, and they're judgmental, and they're not good people, and they fucking are trying every day to be able to fucking make laws and take away your fucking rights as a human being. I propose that if Alabama and all these other states, so who else is on board with this? It looks like Arizona, Michigan, New Mexico, Oklahoma, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Which I'm surprised if Michigan and Wisconsin are very, like, I wouldn't say they're kind of like not super conservative, but they're not like liberal. I mean, they're not liberal, but they're not like really conservative either. So I'm kind of surprised that both those states are into passing these laws, you know. I mean, if all these states want to pass these stupid-ass fucking laws, why don't we put Donald Trump in all these states in, like, one area of the country, build a fucking wall around them, and they can sit there and fucking inbreed and fucking not abort their little fucking cousin fucking children, and they can worship the fucking Bible and hate gay people and hate fucking minorities, and they can be hateful, spiteful, fucking disgusting people in their own little fucking world, and they can fucking worship Donald Trump and let him pull the fucking blindfold over their fucking eyes. It's fucking disgusting. This country's disgusting. I blame Donald Trump. This shit would have never happened with any other fucking president. Bush included. It's fucking gross. We need to wake the fuck up. Anyways, it's enough of that. But while I'm fired up a little bit, with as happy as I've been about my recent tour, about this new breath of fresh air that I've gotten to my head, and just with as positive as I've been about everything, I've been pissed off. I've been fucking pissed. And the Owen Mays side of me, which I have fucking refound, is kind of tired of just rolling over and letting people fucking do what they're gonna do. But, you know, a lot of people that have known me know that in my younger years of being dog bite, I was quite the mouthy fucker. And I still can be. But I'm older now. I've watched shit talking. And I've watched rumors and I've watched drama in the scene over and over and over again, the one thing that I have learned is that it's not good for anything. It just separates people. We're not a big, strong music scene. We need everybody united. But with saying that, there's been some people that have been talking some shit about me. I'm not going to mention their names. And to be honest with you, they're probably not going to watch anyways. And this isn't really, if they do, I don't really give a fuck. They can hit me up and we can talk about it like fucking adults. But this isn't really for them. It's for anybody that might have heard them talking shit about me. So apparently one of the bands at Moonrunners, one of the headliners there, I use the word headliner loosely because these guys aren't fucking, in my eyes, headliners. But they did have a good spot on the night that I played. And it's not even the whole band. It's one member in particular that's been talking shit about me. It's a band I booked at Ruckus a few years back. And apparently they were telling some people that I didn't fucking pay them. Well, I'll air some dirty laundry out right now. There's been more than a few people that didn't get paid for doing Ruckus. But here's what I'll say about that. All those people, anybody who has not been paid, I've talked to. I've worked something out with. Some of them are still waiting to be paid. And they will be. But they're still my friends and we still talk. And I have no issues with that. And they have no issues with me. It's our business. They know what was going on. I was very honest with them from the get-go. And, you know, there's a few different things that have happened where I have worked a deal out, worked something out here or there, you know, too. But either way, everything's been kind of handled. This band in particular, though, they got paid. I didn't know them that well. 9 times out of 10, if I don't know you very well, you're going to get paid what I tell you to because I don't know you that well, you know? Anybody that I've asked to do me a solid is people that I've known for years and are friends of mine. So I pull the friend card and they know and everything works out. But usually, oh, and another thing too. So here's another thing. So there might be a couple bands that didn't get paid, but these are bands that there might be a couple bands that didn't get paid that I didn't know very well, but here's the situation on that. We're a struggling music festival. You're a band with zero draw that begs me to get on the bill. I tell you, pay is what it is. Everybody will get something. But you guys, like some bands just show up, they play their set, and then they fucking vanish. Like, if you don't come fucking get paid, I'm going to assume you don't want to get paid. Another thing, too, is you could always hit me up down the road. If you don't want to wait around, you guys need to get the fuck out of there. First off, stop and tell me. Say goodbye. You know, don't walk out of there and not say anything to anybody. Because I would have paid you. But I'm not going to go hunt you down to pay you when the fucking festival's fucking struggling. And I've got 100 bands. Not 100 bands, but, you know, I got 10 bands that have stuck it out all weekend, supported everybody, and are waiting for their fucking pay. If you come in, and you play your set, and you fucking leave, why the fuck would you want to be a part of something like that anyways? You come in, you fucking play your set, you take off, and that's that. So, like, I don't fucking understand it. Like, but anyways, this one particular band did get paid. So the fact they are telling people that they did not get paid is fucking horseshit. So anybody the only people that might be pissed at me and have the right to be are those kind of people, but the people in question did get paid. So if anybody at Moonrunners heard anybody talking shit about me not paying people, that's it. That's the whole story. If anybody wonders how shit worked at Ruckus in the Boonies, that's it. 85% of people got paid. 10% people got paid or will get paid later. And then 4% of people showed up, left, and didn't ask me for shit and didn't hit me up. You know, Dirt Cheap took off, and they hit me up on Facebook, and I paid them. Sent them fucking money through PayPal. They didn't want to wait. Felt like they would bother me, did the polite thing and left, but they hit me up. Like, hey, was there any money? So I sent them some dough. You don't hit me up, I assume you don't give a fuck. You know, especially when I kind of put it out there that it is what it is, you know. A lot of these bands, I kind of say, like, I'm not going to put a guarantee on what I'm going to pay you because I don't know what I'm going to make. You know, that's the biggest thing about Ruckus and the Boonies is if I don't think you're going to put asses in the seats, if I don't know you're going to draw people, I'm not going to fucking tell you what I'm going to pay you. Yeah, I booked a lot of people that hardly ever played shows. I booked people that I think I booked people where their first fucking show was Ruckus and the Boonies. So I always want to help the underdogs out, but there's not a lot left for fucking underdogs, you know, until you draw something. But needless to say, you know, I've been kind of pissed about this, and this particular band as well is really blown up, and I don't see it, I don't get it. I fucking don't understand it. I see them getting a lot of opportunities that I feel like other bands that have worked harder and been around longer and supported the scene more, have less egos, treat their fans better. I see this band getting opportunities that these other bands I feel like should be more entitled to, you know. Now, I'm all about new bands getting exposure and joining the scene, but be fucking humble. Don't walk in here. Don't stir shit up. I've been doing this shit for 10 years. You know, last time I checked, you guys have been doing it for 2 or 3. And I'm trying not to say too much about it, but I'm pissed. So, anyways, anybody who might have heard shit at Moonrunners, you know, if you got any more questions, hit me up. Because it's bullshit. And I'm too fucking old for this shit, man. I really am. I really am too fucking old for this shit. I've done a lot to try to just be positive and grow, help the scene grow in Pacific Northwest, and you know, I don't want to fight the younger fucking I don't want to fight the younger generation. I want to help them, you know. It's how you grow. And I've watched a lot of this shit happen to where I've been around long enough to where these little feuds start happening, and all it does is divide people, and it gives them a reason to have their Jerry Springer moment. And it doesn't do anybody any good. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be your target. And if you want to fucking target me, you're dealing with somebody who can be very fucking mean if I fucking am pushed. So if I were whoever's talking shit about me, I would quit pushing. Probably just let whatever it is that you have against me go away. Because you start pushing, I'm going to start pushing back. And you think this little rant was bad. Wait. Because I'm done. Like I said, I don't want problems. I want this scene to grow. I want the scene to fucking be what it has the potential to be. And everybody needs to be on the same page. Not everybody's going to like each other or get along, but could at least fucking be at a show and not talk shit about each other. Plus, if these people had a problem with me, they never told me. Just told everybody else. So anyways, man, I am done for this week, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys have a good fucking week. And I'll see you guys later. Oh, and remember, I'm not actually a therapist. I just play one on YouTube. So, there's that. See you guys next week.